On this channel, we're no strangers to exploring epic Peak District trails, and they never seem to disappoint.
Oh, this is savage.
I'm slowly working my way through all the most recommended and most interesting trails that I can find, and today I get to tick another one off the list. This one is known as the Beast, a loose and rocky track somewhere in the hills above Ladybower. From scouring Google Maps and looking at various blog posts, I've managed to narrow down where I think this trail is, so I took to the hills to begin my adventure. This is my first time exploring this area, so I ended up on a real multi-terrain epic, with some questionable direction choices made on my part.
So, in my infinite wisdom, I picked the wrong way up. I thought I'd take the most direct route. It looked like it was a good path, but apparently not. So, I'm currently hiker biking it all the way up. Nice one.
And like most of the great Peak District trails, this one starts high up in the hills. But even once I'd reached the summit, this provided its own challenge.
It's a bit windy up here.
I'd certainly picked an interesting day for it, but I proceeded with caution. With the interesting weather, I didn't hang about up here for too long and quickly made my way along the right-of-way, across the hill, until I saw the beginning of the trail. So over this field is a gate where we'll find the beginning of the descent trail.
Here we go then.
So here we are, the head of the beast. From this gate, the very first section is pretty easy. The right-of-way flows along with a few rocks, and in some places, it's downright smooth. But then things get a bit more interesting.
Here we go.
At this point today, I found myself riding what is essentially a wet rock gully. The further down you go, the more the speed increases, and the more fun the trail becomes. With no idea what sort of thing I'd find on this trail, I was trying to keep my head on a swivel, because this is the kind of trail where things come up at you out of nowhere. And this straight just before you head into the woods certainly had a surprise or two, in the form of some slippery looking janky rocks. Easy enough to tackle blind, but perhaps not the best line choice through.
Slippery bit there.
But I certainly hope there are more sections like this as I continue down.
So through the first gate, at least I'm out of the wind and the rain, which is nice, but it is following me. So I'm not going to hang around, but this looks nice and bouldery. Let's do it.
Riding a trail like this with no prior knowledge, line choices are made by making quick decisions based on nothing more than what's right in front of you. And some choices are better than others.
Picking a crazy line.
And there's no way of knowing if you've made the right choice until a bit later on. This is the kind of trail that you could ride 10 times in a row and take a different line each time. You're really flying by the seat of your pants. This is all made more difficult by the slippery, wet, loose rocks that you're riding over, but it's one heck of an exciting ride. This steeper part winds down through the woods until it meets up with the Ladybower path at the bottom. I always say that a bit of speed is your friend on a trail like this. The slower you go, the harder the rocks are to ride over, so it's good to keep your momentum up. Although I did have to slow down in a couple of places to glance over a section or two and try to pick the best line through. It may only be a 4-minute long descent, but you're working hard the entire time. On a dry day, you would absolutely fly down here. But in the wet and riding solo, safety should always be in the back of your mind. Now, this trail is a lot rougher and steeper than it appears on camera. Looking back at the footage, it looks like a flat trail with just a few pebbles. But let me assure you that this is anything but smooth. It's called the Beast after all. Because it's fast, this last part is an exciting rough ride with some sketchy bits and pieces. There were a couple of bits where I had to hold on and hope I picked the best line.
Yeah, that was sick.
What a beast. But now that I'm down, I need to find my way home. And there's a new challenge.
So that's the trail done, that's the bottom there. My bike not looking too bad. Now I've just got to find my way out back to the car, which could get interesting.
Yep, this road was super muddy, and I didn't come this far just to fall off now.
I have got no control, no traction whatsoever. I'm tripoding it. I hope it's not like this the whole way back. and I'm really glad I brought a change of clothes with me.
Who would have thought that the hardest part of the whole trail would be the muddy road at the bottom? So that's it for today's ride. Thanks for watching. Remember to subscribe for more exciting mountain bike content. Give the video a like, which helps to support the channel, and I'll see you down in the comments.